Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you guys here. Now, today is Friday, June 21st, 2019. Let's get started. Let's take a look at what's happening with gold and silver. Let's start the charts right here, and let's take a look at the silver price first. We see silver at $15.33 bid, $15.43 ask. We had some big movements upwards in the last day or so, and it's still kind of trending up. They tried to knock it down this morning. If you notice, it was up around close to 15.50, and they took it all the way down to about 15.15. Now it's bouncing back later today. It's back up to 15.33. They really do smash the price of gold and silver down using paper short contracts. And they have so many times more paper silver out there than there is the actual physical. The only thing that's keeping this game going and allows them to do this is mining supply. Supplies the world industry. It's enough to supply the world's industry with silver. And it's also enough to supply the bar and coin demand every year, and it just about fills that. It's just enough. It's almost like when your mother used to make you dinner, and she'd make you just enough for you and your father or whatever, or your sister, just enough dinner for each person, and when you ate it, it was just enough to fill your belly. Well, that's the way with the silver mining supply. It's just enough every year to cover, basically. In some years they have a shortfall. It's not quite enough. They have to dip in then to world global inventory that's available for sale. Now, when I'm talking about inventory, I'm not talking about inventory that people are holding, like, people have silver. That's not for sale. I'm talking about silver that's available for sale. It's a very small number. They're not letting that number know how much global inventory is still holding, because on years when they ran a little bit over, and they used more silver than mining supply could give the market, on those years they dipped into that inventory, and they kept doing that year after year after year. Some years they'd take 50 million ounces out of the inventory. Some years they'd take 200 million ounces, and they kept dipping into it. Well, now it's a very small number of the silver available for sale and delivery that's not coming from mining supply. Don't know what that number is. It's small, though. And how that silver is kept is it's kept in the 1,000-ounce bars. Well, if they run out of those 1,000-ounce bars that they use in industry, there's going to be a huge demand from industry to try to stockpile. Industry will try to stockpile. And they don't really care how much they pay for. Well, they do care, but when you consider that, like, a little bit has to go into every cell phone, a little bit has to go into all the electronics that you buy. You buy a new computer, it's got silver in it. A little bit that has to go into all these different things in industry that are made, solar panels. I could go on and on with the list. The people who are building these items don't mind paying a little bit extra for the silver. They'll just pass that price on to the consumer. And so we could see a massive increases in the price of silver, more so than gold. Silver also, if you take a look at the gold to silver ratio, it's way the heck off right now. It should be more like 50 to 1 instead of like 85 to 1. It should be more like 50 to 1 or 40 to 1 even. And it will go back into those numbers again. So just that gain alone is going to give silver an edge over gold. So silver price $15.33 bid this morning. Let's take a look at gold. Gold's just under $1,400 right now, and it's moved up $10.10, but they knocked it down. It was riding over $1,400, like $1,405, and they knocked it all the way down to like $1,385. Now it's springing back again. It looks like it's going to break above $1,400 again. Let's take a look now at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's on a charge. It's been on a charge for a long time now. It's at $9,890. It's just ready to break through the $10,000 mark. I'm going to tell you what. If she breaks through $10,000, she's likely to come back down a little bit. it's probably the second or third try where she's going to break through the 10,000. I'm watching how long it takes her to break through that $10,000. That's an important milestone to me. How much energy it has to bust through that. I'm going to be watching that very carefully. But Bitcoin is back in a bull market. No, Bitcoin's not going into a bubble, not yet. Bitcoin won't start going into a bubble until it passes $30,000. It's not even near bubble territory yet. It's still way depressed. Don't even talk bubble. Until Bitcoin gets way past its old high mark of $20,000, let's not talk bubble. I think it will go into a bubble, but the bubble's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, guys. It's going to be amazing. Now let's take a look at cryptocurrency market capitalizations. $303.7 billion. Let me refresh the page. 300.4 billion. So it's starting to move back down just a little bit. But this is fluctuations. It'll probably start heating back up in the next few days. And I anticipate us busting through this $10,000 mark on Bitcoin pretty soon. All the coins are up today. 97.89 on Bitcoin, $286 on Ethereum. XRP is 43.9 cents. Litecoin is $137. Bitcoin Cash is $428. EOS is $6.96. Binance Coin is $37. Bitcoin SV is $220. Stellar is 12.4 cents. Cardano is 8.9 cents. Tron is 3.3 cents. And this Leo coin is $1.86. And Monero is $108.26. And Dash is $163.22. Cosmos is $6.43. And IOTA is 42.7 cents. Those are your top coins for the day. Now let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Let me refresh the page. We're down 25 points on the day. But overall, the market has been up a lot. You know, inflation will help drive the market up. We are heading toward inflation. We're heading toward inflation. The Dow Jones has never broke too much above that 26,000 number. I mean, 26 or 27,000. It's never really broke up above that yet. You know, for a long time now. And I mean, going back for a long time. The Dow could go higher, but it's only going to go higher if the dollar starts to lose strength and lose power. And you got to understand the Dow is priced in dollars. So typically, what can you buy with the Dow in a real world? Like if you sold the Dow and you got your money, your cash, how much can you buy with it? Well, when the Dow starts to go up, like over 30,000, and I don't have any qualms about it. I know once we get rid of this deflation and the central banks get back to money printing on a grand scale, the Dow's going to take off again. So, but the Dow's purchasing power in real terms is going to be less. Even though Dow goes over 30,000, the purchasing power will be less than the purchasing power is now. So even though the Dow's going up 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, doesn't matter. The currency is going into a hyperinflation. The Dow is priced in that currency. And so the purchasing power of the Dow is going down while the Dow is going up, if you understand what I mean. The purchasing power. And so that's what we're looking at. That's profound inflation that's coming. If there's some sort of trouble over there in the Gulf, the Persian Gulf region, it's going to drive oil prices up. The Dow is just going to go higher. That's just going to make the Dow go higher. You know, the Dow's going to go higher and higher and higher once we get past this little deflationary period. The Fed is not allowing the system to roll over. There was a time about a year or two ago, I thought we were going to have a deflationary spike event where we had where the Dow would crash, you know, and then the Fed would come in to react to it. Right? Well, the Fed reacted to the Dow Jones before that happened. They cut that off at the pass. They stopped it from happening. Now it's just full steam ahead into inflation. That's where we're headed now. As soon as the Federal Reserve starts making their rate hike cuts and everything, and we're just full steam into inflation now. That's where we're headed, and that's why gold and silver are starting to respond. Well, there's also a little bit of a fear factor there of the Gulf, that's affecting gold and silver, but it's just beginning. For gold and silver, the big rally is just getting ready to begin in the next year or two, and we're going to move heavily into it, and it's going to be a long rally over a long period of time. Cryptocurrencies are going to take advantage of the inflationary pressures as well. Let's take a look now at crude oil. Crude oil, $57.17. And it was up, but now it's dropping back. It's only marginally up, The tensions, as soon as the tensions ease, crude oil prices start to fall. It's as simple as that. Now let's take a look at U.S. Treasuries. And we're seeing that, it goes, the Treasury yields fall one day, and the next day they bounce back a little bit. But I don't think they bounce back quite as much as they fall each time they fall. We only see one Treasury yield falling, and that's the U.S. 3-month. Everything else is rising across the board today in Treasury yields. So now let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index. 96.49 today. So listen, weekend's coming up, guys. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. But you guys, listen, the weekend's coming up. Have a great weekend out there. Enjoy yourselves, Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about the Persian Gulf situation. I think it's going to be a nice, quiet weekend. And we'll see you guys on Monday morning. And you guys have a great weekend. Do something fun out there this weekend. And we'll see you guys on Monday. I'm going to do a show probably this weekend. And on the channel, probably Saturday, some sort of Saturday night show or Sunday morning show. And we'll catch you guys on Monday. Have a nice weekend. Bye, guys.